everyone. In today's lecture, we have to discuss the MCQs of the TY Basic Chemistry on the topic of nuclear chemistry. First MCQ is here the carbon and nitrogen are. The first option is a isobars, second option is a isotopes, third option is isotones, and fourth option is a isomers. Here in these examples, the mass number of a carbon and nitrogen is the same, but the number of protons in the carbon is 6 and number of protons in the nitrogen is 7. With the help of the mass number and the atomic number, we can calculate the number of protons. So here 14 minus 6 is equal to 8. Number of neutrons in the carbon is 8 and number of neutrons in the nitrogen is equal to 14 minus 7 is equal to 7. Means here number of neutrons is also different in between the carbon and nitrogen. So we can see the definition of the isobar, the element with the same mass number but different atomic number. It is known as the isobar. So in these both examples, the mass number is the same but different number of neutrons and different number of a proton. So these three options we can exclude and the first option is a correct option. Then second example is if the ratio of a number of neutrons to the number of protons in the nucleus is greater than 1.536, then this type of a nuclei generally yields a reaction. First option is nothing but the type of a positron emission, because beta plus is given. Beta plus when beta plus decay is happen, then we can call it as a positron emission. When in the second reaction, neutron is converted into proton but with the electron emission, because beta is in the form of a negative charge. And option D is nothing but the example of a electron capture, because electron is not emitted here but the electrons are captured here. So in case of a stable isotope of heavy elements, the N by Z ratio is greater than 1.536. So we have to see the reaction of a isotopes. So option A, option B and option D are the examples of a isobar. So all these options are we can exclude it, and option C is a correct option because this is the example of a isotopes. Now third MCQ is the theoretical mass of a X element is equal to. Here in the X is the element, Z is the number of protons or the atomic number, and A is the mass number of an element. So relation between the atomic number, mass number and neutron number we can see with the help of this equation, and number of neutrons we can calculate by using this equation. N is equal to A minus Z, where N is the number of neutrons, and in this equations the Mn is the number of mass number of a neutron, mass of a neutron, and Mp is the mass of a proton. So here Z is the number of protons, so we have to multiply it by a mass of a proton, plus here A minus Z is equal to N, means A minus Z is equal to number of neutrons, so we have to multiply it by mass of a neutron. So this is the correct option. Now fourth MCQ is the radium is a radioactive element and passes spontaneously to the actinium due to the. Now we have to see this reaction. The radium is converted into actinium. Here the radium is known as the parent nuclei and the actinium is known as the daughter nuclei, because the original element is known as the parent nuclei and the new element is known as the daughter nuclei. Here the actinium is generate or formed from a radium, so we can call it as a daughter element. And here in this reaction the atomic number is increased by 1, means what, Z plus 1. So in the electron emission the atomic number of a daughter is more than that of a parent element. It is known as the electron emission. So this is nothing but the example of a electron emission. First example, the 1 Curie is equal to option A is correct, 3.7 into 10 raised to 10 disintegration per second. This is the correct option. Now, next MCQ is the daughter form on the emission is displaced in the periodic table. Beta emission means what? Beta emission is also known as the electron emission. So this sentence follows the group displacement law. In the reaction, the emission or electron emission is known as the beta emission. The atomic number of a daughter element is more than that of a parent element, means what? Z plus 1, where Z is the atomic number of a parent element, and here the Z plus 1 is the atomic number of the daughter element. Here this is the LHS side and this is the RHS side. So B option is a correct option. Seventh example is the time required for a 99% disintegration of every radio element is nearly. There are 4 options. First option is 10 times its disintegration constant, then 10 times its atomic number, 10 times its half-life, and 10 times its binding energy. But A, B, and D option are excluded, and C option is a correct option. We can see with the help of this problem. Here Tn is nothing but the half-life time. This is nothing but the time, and here 10 into T1 half is given. So time required for the 99.9% disintegration of a radioactive element is 10 times its half-life, because we can take here N0 is the number of atoms of a radio element present initially, and we can determine the here now 99 value is given in the form of a percentage. So we can subtract it from a 100. 100 minus 99.9% is equal to 0.1, and hence by multiplying it by 100 we got the 10. So it is a 10 times of its half-life time is the time required for the disintegration. Then next MCQ is the most common filling material in the Geiger-Müller counter is the there are 4 options, but option D is the correct option, because in the Geiger-Müller counter, the most filling material we have to use the Nobel gases. The most common filling material is used in the GM counter are Nobel gases, where argon and neon are the Nobel gases, and usually plus with addition of the small amount of vapor of ethyl alcohol and ethyl iodide are also included. Option first is the incorrect option, because chlorine is not used as a filling material in the GM counter. Then neon. Here neon plus ozone is given, but ozone is not used in the filling material in the GM counter. So this option is also we can exclude. Then third option is the fluorine and bromine are the gases, and this is not used in the common filling material in the GM counter. So this option is also we can exclude. So this option is a correct option, because we can use the argon as Nobel gas, and also the vapor of the ethyl alcohol also we can use. So the option D is a correct option. Then next example, the half-life time of any radioactive element is, first option is it depending on the temperature, second option is a depending on a pressure, and third one is a definite, and fourth one is a variable. But option is a definite option, because the half-life time, we can see this table, the half-life time of the radioactive element is a fixed for a that element, because half-life time we can see the first example, the uranium 238, the half-life time is 4.51 into 10 to the 9 years. So half-life time of every radioactive element is a fixed, means definite, or this is a unchanged. The half-life time of a radioactive element is definite, means remains unchanged, and it is independent on the pressure and temperature. Next example is the 14C dating is used as, the answer of this question is to know the age of a dead organism. Here, in case of fertilizer, we can't use the 14C. We have to use here the phosphorus and nitrogen. And in case of a predatory insect, we can use the lead elements. Now, 12th example is the ratio of a tritium and hydrogen or we can call it as a protium is used to know the age of answer of this example is a water sample. Then 13 example is the radioisotope have been made for the understanding of option of this question is a hyperthyroiditis. Then the next and last question is the end product of a 238 uranium is the 206 lead Pb. This is the correct option for this reaction. Here we can see that the uranium 238. Okay. Next answer we have to see in the next lecture.